Hi again. I'm trying this again. I didn't have a great connection, so hopefully it'll hold this time. So I wanted to talk about peace, um, and in particular, inner peace. Outer peace would be fantastic right about now, but let's talk about what we have control over. And honestly, I'm not saying anything you have not heard. I am not saying anything that I'm not hearing other people say. But I want to cut through some of the noise right now because I'm hearing a lot of people be really upset and I'm still here. I hope that it's still going. I don't know. I'm getting a message that the connection is slow. So there's a lot going on. We keep hearing that. There's a lot going on. The world is really crazy right now. I'm going to say that the world's kind of been on fire since 2020. Since 2020, let's be honest. Well, I have less connection issues if I just move a little, so I won't be able to use my hands as much. Okay, so the world has been on fire since 2020, let's be honest. Things look different now and feel different than they did in 2020, but it's still pretty intense out there. And the only thing that we have control over, the only thing, is our inner landscape, what we're thinking and what we're feeling, and then how we respond. And again, I'm not saying anything that other people aren't saying. It's just that I keep hearing people really being sucked in to what's on the news cycle. So I'm not here to tell you to stop watching the news. That's your choice. I don't watch much. I know a lot of what's on the news is meant to divide us. It's being done on purpose to divide us. I'm very careful with what I consume as far as news. I'm very careful about that. And then I don't let what is being shown to me to sort of dictate how I feel about other people that I know and love, and even people that I don't know. So let me be clear about something. We're all going to hear things or experience things and have our own experience and thoughts and reactions. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have those feelings or those thoughts or reactions. And I'm not saying we should not take action. There's a lot that we're hearing, and please, we're all adults, so we're going to have a feeling and a response, and we may want to share something on social media. And I'm not here to police any of that. I'm not. I believe in free will. I'm just asking that, I'm not even saying to limit it, although I definitely limit what I consume on social media. And then I watch my reaction, and then I'm like, what brings me peace? What would bring me the most peace right now? How do I want to feel in my body? Do I want to feel good and peaceful and like sort of neutral? Or do I want to be all amped up? Now, there are things that amp me up. There are things that really fire me up. And there are things that I'm very passionate about and sometimes very angry about. But I have to keep asking myself that question. What am I allowing to rob me of my peace and my groundedness? And what won't I? So what practices can I do to come back in here and feel peace and calm? And I know for me, being out in nature is a huge, it like levels the playing field. I don't know if that's maybe not describing it the way that I want, but when I go out into nature, I'm able to release a lot of the things that are pent up in my body and in my heart, in my mind, and my emotions. I'm able to just like release that into the earth. It's a really beautiful way to move what's feeling stuck and heavy for me. Dancing is another way that I'm able to move that. Let me see if I put my phone down again, which is a little easier. All right, so being out in nature, I did share this in another video, dancing, journaling, talking to a friend. Oh my gosh, watching a really funny show or anything funny, a movie, a show, just to sort of like break up that, like what's going on and how are we being sucked in to whatever's going on. There was a spiritual teacher years ago that I remember him saying, he's just a little older than me, but he was talking about shows that he watches that really make him laugh. And he was talking about like the Beverly Hillbillies and stuff like that. And then some cartoons. He was like mentioning cartoons. And at the time, I think he was like in his early 60s, and it kind of made me laugh. I'm like, oh, there's this. And it made me chuckle because I was like, oh, sometimes I'll come across a cartoon. Like, I love the Flintstones. Don't judge me. I love the Flintstones. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's right. Like, it brings me back to childhood. It brings me back to a time of innocence. And I just start to relax. So what can you do to bring about some peace? What can you do to bring the peace back, like into your inner landscape, so that we're not so agitated all the time? And again, I'm not saying not to care about things. I'm not saying things aren't important enough to like to put everything aside. I'm not saying don't take action if you feel called to take action. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, how can we have more peace, cultivate more peace, so that when we are in a state of like fight or flight or freeze, we can access that place of peace more quickly and easily. And when we know that we're like getting ramped up, can we take that breath? Can we take that breath and ask, like, what am I really in control of? How can I help in this moment? What's important? And like, what action can I take if there's action? But then the peace, the inner peace, is so important. When that reserve is full, we can do so much more. But when we're expending a lot of energy in the negative space, we have less. So again, it doesn't mean, yes, I'm fired up about this and I'm going to take action, or I'm fired up about this and I'm really sad. All okay. I'm really fired up about this and I think I need to talk to a friend. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. It's when we're sitting and stewing, and I have plenty of experience over decades of sitting and stewing. And did it help? A little bit, just for a little bit. But the longer I sat in it, the more like it grew, and I didn't move and I didn't take action. And I did the best I could. So I'm not judging anybody because I've been there. But I'm just asking us to go in and see where we can cultivate more peace in our world, in our life, in our inner landscape, cultivating more peace so we can be out in the world and be respond and interact from this place. Let me know what you think about this. Hopefully this video, hopefully there weren't a lot of like pauses in the middle because of my connection. So I hope that this was okay. All right, see you next time.